Hey everyone, my name is Adi and you are watching Adi and Java. आदि के साथ आप सब लोग जावा को पढ़ रहे हो, स्प्रिंग बूट को समझ रहे हो। उसके साथ ऐसे हम कुछ इंटरव्यू आपके लिए ला रहे हैं जिससे आपको मोटिवेशन मिले, जिससे आपको कुछ ना कुछ नॉलेज मिले। राइट। सो आज मैं आपके लिए फिर से लाया हूँ एक और इंटरव्यू जिसमें हम मिलेंगे सत्यम कुमार से। ओके। सत्यम कुमार ज्वाइन हुए हैं हमारे साथ जूम मीटिंग पे। हम उनका आज इंटरव्यू लेंगे, देखेंगे कुछ क्वेश्चंस उनको हम पूछेंगे कोर जावा एडवांस जावा के ऊपर। देखते हैं कैसे उनके आंसर मिलते हैं, वो आंसर्स आपके लिए कैसे बेनिफिशियल ठहरने वाले हैं। आप देखते रहना। ओके। तो सत्यम मेरे साथ ज्वाइन है। हेलो सत्यम, हाउ आर यू?
Fine, sir. What about you, sir?
Yes, Satyam, I am also fine. I am also fine. Okay, no problem. Satyam, first of all, can you tell me something about yourself?
Hello, sir. My name is Satyam Kumar. I'm currently studying BCA, sir, and now I'm in second year. Uh, I'm studying in ICCA College in Davangere, sir, and pursuing BCA. I'm working in Java since 8 9 months, sir. During my first year, in the second semester, we have started the concept of Java, where we have introduced the subject of Java with the OOPs, object-oriented programming concept, and since then, I'm practicing it. And till I came to the second year in the fourth sem, then I came to know that using Java also we can develop web applications using Spring Boot framework and many more things like that. So then I started to begin with the web development in Java, and now I'm doing in Node.js also and in Spring Boot also the backend
Okay.
process. Yes,
Okay, that means you are still pursuing BCA.
yes, sir. And in second year currently studying now.
Okay, okay, it's very good, Satyam. And all guys who are seeing this interview in the second year of BCA, Satyam is learning Java technology. We can say Java frameworks. It's very good. And after the completion of graduation, he will get successful. Okay, there is no any doubt also. Okay, Satyam, no problem. I will check your knowledge about
Thank you,
core
sir.
Java and advanced Java. Let's start with core Java.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you tell me what is exactly final keyword in Java?
Yes, sir. Final keywords can be used with the variable and methods and the class. Whenever the final keyword is used with the variable, that means we cannot change the value of the variable once it's assigned. And when we use it with method, the final keyword when it is used with method, it cannot be overridden in another class. And when we use the final keyword with class, it cannot be inherited from another class.
Yes, yes, good, Satyam. And what about static method?
Yes, sir. Static keyword is basically related with the class. We cannot create instance of this. When we use static keyword with method, that means we can call the method without creating an object by only using the class name and dot operator and along with the method name. We can call it directly.
Okay, no problem. You know about abstraction concept?
Yes, sir. Abstraction can be achieved in Java using two methods. One is by interface and another is by abstract class. Abstract class doesn't guarantee you 100% in the abstraction, while in interface you can use 100%, you can utilize 100% of abstraction. So using two ways we can create abstract in our programs.
Okay. What is the advantage we will get? What are the advantage we will get when we use abstraction concept in Java?
So abstraction concepts allows you to abstract your methods and variables so that the normal user cannot easily understand it. It will create a layer of abstraction and it will provide security to our code. Sir. It will not be easily understood by others and cannot be easily accessed by others.
Okay. And what is protected access modifier in Java?
So in Java, there are four modifiers. Currently, now we are talking about the protected. Protected access specifier is used with variables or methods. When a class is inheriting another class, then it can access when it is used with protector access specified, then it can access all its methods and variables of its parent class whenever it is associated with the protected access specifier. So for this instance, we use protected in order to give access to the variables and data members to our children classes, to our subclasses, which are extending this class, current class.
Okay, okay, okay. Satyam, can you tell me, can we make a variable as an
Yes,
abstract?
sir. So we cannot make variable as a abstract as I think. I have only done the class as abstract and methods as abstract. Yeah,
Okay, can we make
I don't
constructor as abstract?
uh, for constructor uh, we can't make constructor as abstract, sir, because it can't be then accessed
Okay,
and
okay,
it
right,
cannot
right,
be
right,
initiated. But
right,
yeah,
Satyam.
we can make as final.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we
right,
can make
right, right.
constructor as final, not as abstract.
Okay, okay, okay. Good, 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 Satyam. You are good. Let's check with exception handling. Okay, how we can handle the exception in Java?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exceptions are nothing but the runtime errors, sir, which will occur in the execution during the execution of the program. So if runtime exception occurs, if a runtime error comes, then we can handle it in try, catch, and finally block. That means in try block we write the code which is supposed to come the error where we have doubt that error will occur. That code is written in the try block, and inside the catch block we catch a particular exception if we have the exceptions class name. If we know the exception, then we can particularly catch it. Otherwise, we can generally create an exception class object inside the catch block, and then we can handle all the exception in the catch block itself. And in finally, sir, finally is a block which will be executed definitely, whether the exception occurs or it not occurs, it will be executed finally.
Okay, 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 Satyam.
Yes, sir.
What are the types of exception in Java?
So runtime exception, compile time exception, that's what I know feel now.
Yes, 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 right. Compile time exception and runtime exception. Good. Can you give me some examples of compile time exception and runtime exception?
Yes, sir. In runtime exceptions, there's a concept of array out of bound exception. Like in the array, if we are specifying an index or we are accessing an index which is out of the bound, which means it is not available in the array, but we are trying to accessing it. So then the exception throws to us that array index is out of bound. Then we have to handle it in the catch block to avoid that exception.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that, there are so many. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Good, good, Satyam. No problem. Satyam, why to overload the methods? What is the purpose?
Yes, sir. The purpose of overloading a method is when we have a method called sum, for example, sir,
Yeah.
when we have a method called sum, inside that we have two parameters to add two numbers. But suppose if I want to add three numbers or four numbers, then I have to give three or four parameters. So for that, instead of creating another method, we can create a method within the class with the same name called sum, and we can override the number of parameters in the methods. So it will avoid writing multiple methods code, and we can create only one method with its overloaded parts so that we can use it according to our multiple needs and multiple requirements.
Yeah, yeah, right, 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 Satyam. Can you give me real-time example of overloading?
If in overloading, the one example which I have given you to add two numbers. Suppose I have to add three numbers and I have to call the sum method. Then I have to pass the three parameters so that if I would have written the method overloading in its class, then I can call the method and it will match the number of parameters, and whichever method it will match, that will be executed. So
Yeah,
this is
good,
the
good, good,
example of
Satyam.
method overloading.
Good, good, good. We can achieve different types of functionality with the same name function, right? Okay, no problem. What about overriding? What advantage we will get when we use overriding concept?
Yes, sir. Overriding is a concept where suppose we have two classes, and in the parent class we have written a method, but in the child class we have to change that method according to its child class need. So then we can extend that class, parent class, and then we can override the method in the child class itself by its need. It's according to its need, and then we can implement that. And when we call that method, then the overridden method will be called. So
Okay.
that's what the purpose of overriding is, to change the definition of a method which is present in the parent class inside the child class.
Yeah, yeah, good, good, good. Can we change the return type when we override the method in child class?
We cannot change the return type. Wait a second, sir. Let me think, sir, for a second. Uh, so if we override a method, we can change the we cannot change the its signature. We cannot change its parameter. We cannot change its return type. We can only change the body of the method, sir. That's
Yes,
all.
yes, yes. We cannot change return type, but we can make it subclass also. Okay, if the parent class method having object return type, then we can make in child class like string, then another class that is the child class of object. Okay, okay, no problem.
Right,
Satyam, you
yes,
are
sir.
good at. Can we overload to the constructor?
Yes, sir. Constructor overloading is possible by writing the parameters. We can call, for example, there are three or four types of constructors that can be overloaded. One is default constructor when it doesn't specify any parameter, and then is the parameterized constructor when we pass the parameters, number of parameters, and it can be also overloaded as like methods. And so another one is object constructor, which is used to copy a object to another, the value of the objects or the properties of that objects to another. Yes, so constructor can be overloaded, sir, as like methods.
Okay, 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 no problem. In Java, can we achieve multiple inheritance?
No, sir. In Java, we cannot achieve multiple inheritance. Because of that, the concept of interface is introduced. So that we can, using interface, we can extend one class and we can implement another interface. By using that concept, we can achieve multiple inheritance. But directly, there is no access to multiple inheritance in Java.
Okay, 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 okay. Good, good, Satyam. Satyam, what is the concept of wrapper class?
Okay. A wrapper class provides you the object of the primitive data types. For example, in some cases, I need the object class of int, that means integer, but I do not have any object class of integer because int is a data type. So then the concept of wrapper class came into existence, that for every primitive data type, they are providing a object of its object. That's what wrapper class is. For integer, it is having like integer and float and byte, like that.
Okay, okay, good, Satyam. Excellent, excellent knowledge you have as a second year student. That are much expect from you, and you are success for that. Okay, no problem. Satyam, can you tell me, can we convert integer value into string?
No, sir. Integer value cannot be converted into string because the ASCII value will be having there. If we try to convert the integer value into string, it will be directly comes under double quotes. One way to achieve it, we can make the integer value as a string itself. Uh,
But
so
we have a
directly we
concept
cannot convert
called
it. If we try to convert
typecasting. You know about typecasting?
it, yes, sir. Typecasting is a concept where we can convert the one data type into another data type by
Yes, yes, yes.
specifying it
Yes, I am
inside the
saying that
bracket.
I want to convert the integer value into string. Can we convert that?
Yes, sir, we can convert that, but it will be a string in the final, at the final.
Okay, okay, good. We can convert by using, we have a wrapper class like integer, like we can use integer dot toString method to convert integer into string.
Yes, sir, and there's also a method called
Yes,
pass
parse int.
int, which will
Yes, yes, yes,
convert our int.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, no problem, Satyam. You are good. Let's connect to the collection framework little bit. Uh, why collection
Yes, sir.
framework in Java?
Yes, the collection framework is came into the Java because first of all, understand the data structure. So data structure is nothing but the way of storing the data into the a specific format. So collection framework came into existence because we at our own self we have to create the linked list, the implementation of linked list, for example, and we have to create the array. Array is not a dynamic; it is static. So in order to make the array dynamic, and we have to create the linked list at our own. We have to provide the code at our own. But using the collection framework, the code for Java array list, linked list are already provided by the collection framework itself. We just have to use it. We just have to consume it in our application. So it will reduce our time and it will reduce the code which we write in order to achieve that collection framework. It is inbuilt and provided by the Java itself.
Yes, 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 yes. Good, 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 Satyam. What is tree set?
So a tree set is actually an implementation of a tree where multiple nodes are connected and the child nodes are been the for a parent node there are multiple child nodes can be existed and the end node is called as the nth node whichever we can access using the nth node. So each node have data and also the reference of its parents and each parents have its child nodes. So yeah, tree-like structure. It is like a tree-like opposite tree-like structure in a tree
Satyam,
set.
Satyam, Satyam, listen me. Can you store the different types of data inside the tree set object?
Sir, no, we can store only homogeneous kind of data inside the tree set, as per my knowledge.
Okay. Can we store duplicate data?
So inside the tree set, yes, we can store the duplicate data also. But in set, we cannot store the duplicate data because set is a kind of structure where it doesn't allow duplicate elements. If we provide duplicate elements, it will remove
Satyam,
it
Satyam,
and then it will
Satyam.
store
Tree
the other
set
elements,
is the
different elements.
implementation of set.
Yes, sir.
Tree set is the implementation of set. So tree set also does not allow to add duplicate data as like set. Okay. Has set, linked has set, and tree set.
Yes,
These
sir,
are the
sir.
implemented classes of set. So these are the classes not allowed to add duplicate elements. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Okay. Can we store null value inside the array list?
Sir, array list is used to store the values, and whenever we don't know the values, then we can store it now. But in hash set you are talking about, right? Hash set
No,
or
no,
array
array
list?
list, array list. I want to store a null value, null element inside array list. Can I store?
No, sir, we cannot store the null element inside the array list.
Why?
Sir, because array list is a dynamic array, we can give any elements to it. It should be an element, so it cannot be null.
No, no, brother. We can store
In
null
array list, it cannot
element
be null, sir.
inside array list, inside linked list, inside vector, inside hash set, linked hash set, tree set. Everything we can store null element. But the difference is inside set implemented classes, we can store only single null element instead of tree set. But inside array list, links, linked list, vector, we can store number of null element. Number of null element we can store. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No
Sir, I
problem.
haven't tried that, so
I
that's
want to iterate array list. What method you can use to
yes, sir.
iterate array list?
So there are multiple techniques to iterate to array list. One is that you can use iterator to iterate array list, or else you can use forage loop into the array list so that you can iterate each element from that array list individually.
Okay. Okay. I want to get a particular element from the array list. How we can get?
Yes. So there's a method called get. So using that get, we can get that element, or else there is another technique where we can convert that array list into a simple array. Then we can get it through an index. So
Okay.
we have
Okay.
multiple techniques to get a particular.
I want to combine two array list object. Which method we need to use?
So we have to combine two array lists, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so we can use a add method which takes an object. So we can use the another array list object inside the add method, and we can concatenate it to a existing array list.
No, no, no. We need to use add all method. Add all. Okay. We can
Sure.
combine another array list object into that. Okay. Okay, no problem. We have lots of methods provided by the list interfaces as well as set. Let's come to the map. Okay. What exactly map? Can you tell me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Map is used to like modify or filter the elements. It's a basically kind of use it to so, for example, there is an array called 2468, and I have to multiply that array uh, by 2. So then we can use map. So what map do in that way is different. And basically, there's another concept of map, which is known as key value pair. So key value pair is nothing but in order to store the elements in a key and value format. For each key, we have to assign a value, and we can get that value through the key itself. So yes, the map is another in collection framework. We can use map in order to modify the elements, and the map itself is containing key and value pairs.
Okay, okay, good, good, good. What are the implemented classes of map interface?
Uh, so I think it uses hash checks. I'm not definitely correct about it. It's not
It
just
having hash map, linked
like
hash map, tree map, hash table we have.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. No problem. No problem. Satyam, let's go to the advanced Java. We have little bit time now. Okay, no problem. Can you tell me if I talk about exactly what is exactly advanced Java? What is the answer of you?
Yes, sir. So first of all, in order to understand the advanced Java, we have to know a little bit about the core Java also. So what is core Java? Let us clear about it, and then we will move on to the advanced Java. So sir, core Java is basically the fundamental of the Java, like the fundamentals of the Java, like object-oriented programming concepts like polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, and abstractions. These are all comes under the core Java. First, we have to practice the core Java first, and when we master the core Java, then we have to move on towards the advanced Java because advanced Java is written in the basis of the core Java. So in advanced Java is basically provided in order to build the web applications fastly and efficiently. So in advanced Java, there are multiple concepts like uh, uh, wait a second. So there are multiple concepts in advanced Java like JSP. JSP is provided in order to build the web applications front end and servlet that manages the request and response, all that. So yes, sir, there are multiple kinds of advanced Java features which we can use to web development, and core Java is basically in order to learn the Java fundamentals.
Okay, okay, okay. No problem.
And collection framework, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, sir.
Satyam, what is server exactly?
So server is a remote machine, sir, which is somewhere else in some another computer system, which will act like our computer system only, which will just take a request and process that request and provide the response to the users
Yes, yes, yes.
or
Good.
whatever the client which is requesting it.
Okay. Tell me the life cycle of JSP.
So life cycle of JSP. Basically, I have used the Spring Boot, sir, so I don't have that much knowledge of in-depth knowledge of JSP. But sir, JSP is used to JSP stands for Jakarta Server Page, which is
Java
also
server
pronounced as
pages.
Java Server Page. Yes, sir. It is basically in the beginning it was said as Jakarta Server Page, but now it is Java Server Page. So Java Server Page is used to write the dynamic HTML codes, where you can write the simple HTML code and also the Java code itself, Java code and the HTML code combined. Then we can it will be said as JSP, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. Uh, we have JSP and servlet frameworks in Java. So why we use
Yes,
Spring
sir.
framework? What is the reason behind that?
Sir, Spring framework, it is having a feature of auto configuration. So we don't have to configure anything at all. It will provide a built-in structure, a built-in folder structure. Within that, we can create a MVC-like structure, model view controller, where we can create the multiple applications. We can create using Spring Boot. It will provide us a template, fast template, and ready to deploy template for creating our applications. And so, could you repeat that question again? I was just forgot on it.
Why we use Spring framework instead of JSP servlet?
Yes, sir. JSP servlet is a like basic technologies. JSP can also support some of the browsers and can also not be supported for some of the browsers, low-end browsers. So, but servlet is a kind of class in Java which runs on server and which handles the request and response. And in Spring Boot, we are having the controller class instead of servlet. So yeah, Spring Framework made our work very easy, sir. It will provide us inbuilt templates and a folder structure at very quick time.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, if I talk about Spring Boot, can you tell me Spring Boot in we can say 2 minutes? What is the answer of your Spring Boot?
Yes, sir. So for understanding the Spring Boot, we have to first take a look at the Spring Framework, sir. Spring Framework, which is very, very vast in nature. So the Spring Boot is a version of Spring Framework, which allows you to auto-configure many of the things which is remaining in the Spring in a quicker time, as I said before. So Spring Boot provides you, first of all, it will provide you interface of initializing your project. So then you have to add the dependencies and all, and you have to create a project using the versions of Java and so many things you have to configure, and then it will provide your inbuilt ready template. If you don't use the Spring Boot, then we have to configure all the things manually. So to all the things manually we have to configure, then we have to import it from some other sites. We have to download the jar files, and then we have to insert it, plug in it, and then we have to prepare a project for ourselves, a structure of project at ourselves. But it will take many more times for a developer to build application. So Spring Boot is nothing but a framework which is designed to save the time of the developers, and it will provide a quick, ready to deploy project structure for ourselves. That's why Spring Boot came into existence, because Spring was very vast and it was having manual configurations. So Spring Boot is nothing but its beta version, a type of beta version, which will do many more things for us at itself. Then we don't have to take care of all the things.
Excellent, excellent, brother, excellent. Hats off. Good knowledge you have Spring Boot. No, no issue. And whatever guys seeing that, listen that Spring Boot is now we can say मार्केट में अब धमाल मचा रहे हैं राइट सो यू नो अबाउट
Yes,
स्प्रिंग
sir.
बूट राइट आपको अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा इंटरव्यू ने हाउ यू कैन टेल मी द स्प्रिंग बूट इन 2 minutes you need to say answer at least 5 minutes because spring boot is very vast and the concept of spring boot every concept you know about it right if you saying that I know spring boot so what exactly you know in the spring boot you need to say that and good Satyam your answers of all the questions are very, very excellent. No problem. I will ask you some more questions. What is the difference in between Hibernate and
Yes,
JDBC?
regarding data. Yes, sir. In Hibernate, there are multiple things pre-configured in order to interact with the database. Where in JDBC, it stands for Java Database Connectivity. In JDBC, sir, we have to do the manual configurations and manual things to interact with the database. We have to write the code manually. But in Hibernate, we can directly add dependency of JPA or J2E like that, and then we can uh, interact with the database with its functionalities. It provides us many functionalities pre-built. So yeah, in JDBC we have to write all the codes alone with ourselves. But in Hibernate, it will provide you many of the things inbuilt and pre-built within it.
Yes, yes. Good, 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 Satyam. Satyam, what is exactly IOC do?
Yes, sir. IOC is nothing but inversion of control. So it is used to access the life cycle of the objects in order to we have created an object. It will manually inject it by using dependency injection. So yeah, these kind of concepts are managed by the IOC, which is nothing but a container for managing the lifecycle of the objects, and we can directly inject a dependency into it. It will automatically point to the object and inject it in our projects
Good,
without
good, good.
creating using a new keyword. It will manually.
Uh, can you tell me difference in between tight coupling and loose coupling?
Yes, tight coupling is a concept, sir, where we have created a let's say we have created multiple classes and we are writing codes in itself. Then in tight coupling, what happens if you change the code of a class, a particular class, then related to that class, some other classes will also be there. So then we have what you have to do, you have to go to the some another classes also, and then you have to change the particular things in all the classes. So what it will become if you do a minor change, then you have to write multiple codes and you have to modify multiple codes. But in loosely coupled structure, which Spring Boot follows, what it will do, you can implement an interface. So then you cannot have to change the interface directly. You can just change the implementation of the interface, and that all the structures will be not affecting because of that only. So yeah, loosely coupled is something where we can change multiple things without affecting the other components. And in uh, tightly coupled, you have to manage all the components and take care of that so that it would not be a problem if we change something.
Excellent, excellent. Good, good, good. Good example. What is qualifier annotation when we use qualifier annotation?
So specifically, I haven't used qualifier annotation yet. I have used many of the other annotations, but
Okay, no
qualifier,
problem,
yeah,
no
I don't have any
problem.
idea.
You know about primary annotation? I think no.
Uh, so no, sir. Basically, yeah.
Okay, okay, no problem. Last question I want to ask you. Tell me what is exactly at the rate Spring Boot application annotation?
Yes, sir. At the rate application annotation is present inside the main class of the Spring Boot, which will tell that yeah, it is a Spring Boot project, and all the configurations will be taken care of itself in the form.xml file, and it will basically tell the all the structure of Spring Boot, like the controller is here and the configuration part is here, XML files, and the main project is here, and it will provide you interface to run that, and built-in Tomcat Apache server will be assigned to you. So yeah, these are all the advantages of developing a Spring Boot app, and this is present inside the main class of the Spring Boot uh, application. Sir.
Good, good, Satyam. Good. As a second year student, you have good at core Java and Spring Boot and Urban Java. All things I will say that. And every students who are saying that as a second year student, you need to at this point at this level for your future is very good. Okay. And सत्यम कुमार बहुत अच्छा लगा हमें आपसे मिलकर आपका इंटरव्यू लेके एंड नॉलेज आपका बहुत अच्छा है जो आप हमारे स्टूडेंट्स से यूट्यूब पे जो देख रहे हैं उनको भी ये बहुत एडवांटेजेबल रहेगा। लास्ट में मैं आपको पूछना चाहूंगा आपको कुछ क्वेश्चन है क्या? आपको कुछ पूछना है क्या?
Uh, yes, sir, I had some questions. So in Spring Boot application, there is a concept of web development, web deployment. So if we deploy our applications online in the Spring Boot, it will be costly so for us. And when we are trying to apply an internship or a job at somewhere, then the point of web deployment also comes here. So, sir, I was just asking whether we have to study the web deployment and DevOps, like what is Hibernate, what is Docker containerization, and how to host it in using Amazon AWS or Google Cloud. So is it important to study that also, as
as a
because I
as
have
a
to apply
fresher
these
you
jobs or
don't need
industries?
to anything. As a fresher you don't do anything what you are saying, kubernetes and deployment, DevOps. You don't need to do anything as a fresher. Okay, when you go in the company, and you will learn everything when you come in the company. Okay, and working together. Okay, but as a fresher you don't need to do anything. Okay, so let's do some basic concepts and cover the all Spring Boot concepts, Spring Boot annotations, and just basics things you need to do. Do lots of projects. We can say 5 6 projects you have in your resume. Okay, and we can say little bit skills like GitHub, GitLab. You need to know about Spring Security. You know about Hibernate. Too much knowledge of Hibernate you know about. Okay, so little bit things you need to do. Instead of that is DevOps and Kubernetes and how we can deploy everything you will learn when you in the company. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so all guys who are seeing this interview, guys, I hope this interview is helpful to you. We have little bit time and we will पैश अप ईयर हम यहाँ पे स्टॉप करने वाले हैं. ओके, सो सत्यम, बहुत अच्छा लगा हमें आपसे मिलकर. आप कुछ कहना चाहोगे हमारे यूट्यूब फैंस के लिए, यूट्यूब स्टूडेंट्स के लिए?
Thank you, sir. The content which you are providing in your YouTube channel are so helpful, and I also consume your content, sir. So yes, it is very helpful for the beginners to learn, sir. And thank you. It has pleasure to talking with you, sir. Thank you so much.
यस, अगर आपको भी इंटरव्यू देना है मेरे साथ तो कनेक्ट कनेक्ट कीजिए मुझे. मेरा नंबर आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिलेगा. मैं आपका भी इंटरव्यू लेने के लिए तैयार हूँ. हम मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट इंटरव्यू में और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में आपके साथ यूट्यूब पे. तब तक के लिए थैंक्स. थैंक यू सत्यम फॉर ज्वाइनिंग.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.